Namaste. And we've reached the Satsang part of the class. For your preparation, you can adopt any comfortable position that you know you'll be able to maintain for the time that we're in Satsang, which will help with your contemplation. This is my Satsang on spiritual vision, the first part of my teaching on spiritual vision. And we start with teachings on nourishing our spiritual body through devotion. Further than yoga is my term for the acceleration of our spiritual vision through dedicated yoga practice. And it's for those of us who want to live with divine communication in our lives as we walk the divine path. My own teaching is the essence of yoga meditation. As Bhagavad Gita says, absorption in deep meditation. This is the essence of yoga. And through practice with devotion, we learn to open, activate, nourish, and accelerate our spiritual vision, taking it further than yoga. Of course, referring to the way yoga has been diluted in the West and demoted to a tool for accomplishment and achievement within a culture which doesn't work for everyone or for the greater good. This is the first in a series of satsangs, my teaching on awakening awareness that the way we experience the language of our souls is through accelerating our spiritual vision to divine communication. It's a silent language. And of course, as communication comes through our spiritual bodies, so the universe, our spiritual body is the universe outside of us and existence within us, or cosmic forces without and the power of nature within. Communication is from the divine and the Divine Mother. It comes through our signs, our symbols, our messages, and so this is obviously not a linear, straightforward experience, but a process. To learn one thing, we have to learn another first. To experience something in one way, we have to do something else to prepare for it. Maybe for an experience to turn into enduring behaviour and into something meaningful, we have to have the sign which gives us the realisation first. So I'm talking about life processes, maturing, and character building to manage energies. This vision I experience as opening up devotion, opening up a clear perspective of the way that you see your life and life in general, and what is happening for us all for the greater good or the collective or humanity at the moment. And this particular version of my work in this satsang is taken from a series of inspirational and uplifting yoga prayers for living in the magic of the moment, and with devotion for nourishing our spiritual bodies, which are the universe. This is actually going to be an audio series which I call Spiritual Body Mind Prayers, and what I've done is to mix the 7 spiritual laws of yoga with motivational, inspirational and devotional teachings and texts from Vivekananda, Shivananda, Janakananda, the Upanishads, Bhagavad Gita, translates as Lord Krishna's Song of God. This particular piece of writing was written in verse, suitable for chanting or contemplation. which we know nourish our spiritual body. And so this is the structure of the repetition in the writing. We respond at an invisible, silent level to this form of communication, devotional communication. The first spiritual law of yoga is the law of pure potentiality. And when we realize that our true self is one of pure potentiality, we are aligning with the power that manifests everything in the universe. Jiva is Shiva. Each individual is divinity itself. Do not judge. Each soul is potentially divine, and the goal is to manifest this divinity within by controlling nature, external and internal. Vivekananda says, "Do not judge. Jiva is Shiva." And how do I live simply with this law in my life? Practice being non-judgmental. Do not judge. Keep yourself aligned with the power of potential to manifest in your life by not judging. Do not judge people, events, or processes. And the mantra is, I am absolute existence. I am absolute existence. The second spiritual law of yoga is the law of giving. And when we are willing to give that which we seek, we keep the abundance of the universe circulating in our lives. Satsang, Satyam, Satnam. The Creator of all is one. Truth is His name. Truth is my identity. Give simple gifts. The Creator of all is one. Keep the flow of universal energy circulating. How do I live simply with this law in my life? Be appreciative and grateful of simple things. Receive others' gifts graciously. Give simple gifts. Vivekananda says, "So long as even a single dog in my country is without food, my whole religion is to feed it and serve it. Anything excluding that is unreligious. Arise, awake, and stop not till the goal is reached." Bhagavad Gita says, "What is yours today belonged to someone else yesterday, and it will belong to someone else the day after tomorrow." You are mistakenly enjoying the thought that this is yours. It is this false happiness that is the cause of your sorrows. And the mantra is, I am the nourisher of the universe. I am the nourisher of the universe. The third spiritual law of yoga is the law of cause and effect, karma. And when our choices are for actions that bring happiness and success to others, the fruit of our karma is happiness and success. Karma is your dharma. Right action is your path. Ask yourself what the consequences of your actions might be. Live by right action. Karma is your dharma. How do I live simply with this law in my life? Live by right action. Do your actions bring fulfillment and happiness to yourself and others? Live by right action. Ask yourself what the consequences of your actions might be. In one instance, you can be a millionaire, and in the other instance, you can be steeped in poverty. Yours and mine, big and small. Erase these ideas from your mind. Then everything is yours, and you belong to everyone, Bhagavad Gita says. Vivekananda said, education is the manifestation of perfection already in man. And the mantra is, my actions are aligned with cosmic law. My actions are aligned with cosmic law. The fourth spiritual law of yoga is the law of least effort. And when we harness the forces of harmony, joy and love, we create success and good fortune with an ease which is effortless. Ahimsa is sadhana. Self-acceptance is the highest practice. Meditation and working with yourself can be compared with the work of an artist. It can never be bound or confined in a rigid system. Accept the moment. Ahimsa is sadhana. And how do I live simply with this law in my life? Each moment in your life is exactly as it is meant to be. Accept the moment. The universe is exactly as it should be. Don't struggle. Practice self-acceptance. Practice surrender to the self. Ask only what your soul wants to learn in this moment. Each soul is potentially divine. Accept the moment. Janakananda said, meditation and working with yourself can be compared with the work of an artist. It can never be bound or confined in a rigid system. The capacity of this science to remain alive therefore depends on whether it can adapt to the change of different epochs and cultural norms, and in any age be able to enrich the new human being, the human being of today. And the mantra is, my actions achieve maximum benefits with minimum effort. My actions achieve maximum benefits with minimum effort. The fifth spiritual law of yoga is the law of intention and desire. And when we introduce an intention into this fertile ground of pure potentiality, we are putting the infinite organizing power of the universe to work for our benefit. Om Advaita. Liberation is oneness. Live with the highest of intentions. One thing is all things. The mover towards the truth is mighty, lives long, knows everything, and is ever delighted, for he is nearing the Almighty, Shivananda says. How do I live simply with this law in my life? Hold your highest intentions in your heart space as you meditate. Live with the highest of intentions. Ask yourself which desires keep you small and limited, which intentions open you up and help you grow. One thing is all things. All things are one. Zheng Zan, Zen patriarch, said, What is dual is not the believing mind. Live with the highest of intentions. And the mantra is, my intentions and desires are supported by cosmic intelligence. My intentions and desires are supported by cosmic intelligence. The sixth spiritual law of yoga is the law of detachment. And in our willingness to step into the unknown, which is the field of all possibilities, we surrender ourselves to the creative mind that orchestrates this never-ending dance of the energy of the universe. Dharana, dhyana, samadhi. Spirit flows like a river. Let expectations go. Observe as flow happens. Allow yourself the freedom to be who you are. Give the same allowance to others. Allow rigid thinking to fall away. How do I live simply with this law in my life? Allow yourself the freedom to be who you are. Let expectations go. Surrender yourself to the creative mind and observe as flow happens. Drop expectations of relationships. Spirit flows like a river. As your journey progresses, you become more and more detached from what you left behind and more immersed in the flow of water. When spirit flows like a river. Patanjali said, yoga is restraint of the mind stuff. In the yoga state of meditation, you and the river are one. You are the river. Spirit flows like a river. When river flows into sea, self, river, and sea are one. Spirit flows like river dissolving into sea. Patanjali said, yoga is restraint of the mind stuff. And the mantra is, my actions are blissfully free from attachment to outcome. The seventh spiritual law of yoga is the law of purpose in life. And when we blend this unique talent of our purpose along with service to others, we experience the ecstasy and exaltation of our own spirit. And this is the ultimate goal of all goals. Ishvara Pranidhana. Spirituality becomes the point and the purpose of our lives. Surrender to the flow. When the mind fluctuations have dwindled, consciousness becomes like a transparent jewel residing in the pure essence of self. How do I live simply with this law in my life? Observe your own goodness. Surrender to the flow. What you are good at brings happiness to yourself and those around you. Time seeming to stand still, abundance flowing, feeling bigger than you are all signs of your unique purpose and talents. Ishvara Pranidhana. I am the taste of pure water and the light of sun and moon, Bhagavad Gita says. I am Om, the sacred word, the sound in silence, and the courage of human beings. Surrender to the flow. Whatever you took from God. Whatever you gave to Him. You came empty-handed. You will leave empty-handed, Bhagavad Gita says. I am the sweet fragrance in the earth and the radiance in fire. I am the life in all living beings and the striving of all those who train their souls. I am the courage in human beings. And the mantra is, my life is in harmony with cosmic law. My life is in harmony with cosmic law. Namaste.